Okay, girl, this is a much needed YouTube video. Put my little bonnet on and get a little serious, child. Girl, okay, so we have got to talk this Genshin thing, baby, right now. This shit is really pissing me off bad. It is the way that with the new next version, it's going to be only damn near 0 to 60 fucking pools. The new element, stellar conduct, allegedly, is going to be 5-star locked, most likely. Astra Wonderland, that dumbass Alice in Wonderland looking ass shit. No say no video, no say no tea, baby. I found a video on that is explaining the current predicament of Genshin. We need to take a watch of this video. We need to gander. Please come along with me. Let's get this motherfucker show on the road. On a real note, what is good with that quarter pounder, baby? This is the official comeback to YouTube once again. Aside from my streaming this, you may know me from the TikTok lives. Of course, my name is Domo Thanks. Miss Thanks, if you nasty, pretty in the face, snatch, no waste. Ow. That's on Gar Boom. Baby, I mostly do TikTok live streams for gaming in terms of getting into the other gotchas, or I play what I want half the time. But if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. We need to get into this new Genshin fiasco because this shit is getting a little real and serious. Let me not start y'all no further. Okay, so this video basically goes over the last live stream that just happened not too long ago. I believe it was 2 days ago now, regarding the Sumeru update and everything else is kind of going on in the game that's not really bopping with everybody, to where this live stream quite literally made it to where Genshin was getting a 3.5 review on the Play stores, App Stores, CSM stores, whatever you download the game off of. It is really, really, really impacting Horioverse to where they are deleting their comments off the stores, and they are also allegedly banning Genshin accounts. Now, I am a what you call a Hoyo creator. I personally do not care if my title is at stake. I feel like there's a lot more at stake here. And this is a lot regarding this. Let's get into the video. They're gonna talk about it all. I have a lot of thought processes on it. Let's go.
The new live stream for Genshin Impact was supposed to be a breath of relief. After a down period of probably not much content, players were excited to see what we will get next patch. Perhaps new events, or very anticipated new characters. And God help me, a regional expansion. But by the end of the live stream, excitement turned to disappointment, and what was supposed to be a treat turned into a reality check. For most of the community, this isn't just another filler patch, it is the straw that broke the camel's back. Suddenly, the words that came out from the developers a while ago conflict with the reality of the situation right now. They said they aren't doing this for the money, and they are apparently listening to the player base. But now it looks like the devs listen to the players' wallets more than actual feedback. By giving us only 60 polls per patch, they are forced.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's the aspect of we are for the people and we're not. And they need to stop saying that, because my thing about it is it has always been for the whales. And I really blame the whales as to why we're here now. This was the COVID 2020 comfort game. Now it's like these bitches are inflating themselves. Like, they turn in like they're inflating themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do they have so much inflation going on in Genshin? I already got enough of that shit in real life. What the fuck are we doing for real? For real?
Us to pay money to attempt to get the new characters. They said they wanted this game to last for 20 years, but let's be real here. Who wants to play a game that is constantly getting worse for 20 years? Everything just sounds kind of ironic now. The character that was supposed to be a standard unit ended up being a limited banner character instead. Wow.
That is like, that must be off a lot. It did, because it's every girl's coochie hoochie tootsie going crazy for that low end, baby. They were devouring that low end content. And they peeped that and was like, you know what? That's now a 5-star limited, and you gotta pay that good money and blah blah to get on top of it. And it's just like, baby, I am not that boy is very interesting. That's one of the more interesting characters I've seen in a long time in Genshin. I'm okay. I'm not doing no money. I'm not shopping no money for that. I'm not no. No man. Not in this economy.
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
Everything is a bit of a mess. There's a lot to unpack.
You don't
From
say.
the characters to the primo gem grind to the way
Let me stop
rewards
pausing,
and
child.
gameplay are
Relax.
slowly being taken away by Milliastra Wonderland. If you want to see more content
How
from me,
dumbass
feel
shit.
free to smash the like button and subscribe. Hit the
Smash the like
notification
button,
bell
subscribe,
icon to
y'all.
keep up with my videos. Without wasting any more of your time, let's just get right into it.
I'll
This
do
all
it.
started with one of the new characters coming next patch, Lohan. Usually you can tell exactly what type of banner a character is going to just by looking at the calculations. And Lohan's calculations screamed standard banner character. The reason is because his first and second constellations, basically the power-ups you get for pulling him more than once, only offer a 10% damage increase. For a standard banner character, that is normal, because you are expected to get dupes of the character over time. But for a limited banner character, that is weirdly low. For context, characters from the last few regions like Fontaine or Natlin usually see a 20 or 30% jump for those same upgrades. In other words,
Oh, our skirts look
built
really
to be
good.
average. He was designed to be someone you can get for free on Selector in next year's anniversary, or by losing a 50-50 on a limited banner character you actually wanted. All we're waiting for is just a confirmation, because usually, when a character is going to the standard pool, they announce the banner and then mention they will be added to the permanent roster in the next update. But this time, we are not getting that, and that omission instead confirms that he is a limited banner character, which feels like a bit of a mess given how the community was mentally prepared. There is a theory going around that is pretty hard to ignore. A lot of people think Hoyoverse saw how much everyone loved Lohan's design and his burst animation and decided to put a price tag on it.
Heavy on that burst
People were
animation.
obsessed with him regardless of
Right.
his power level. So they apparently decided
That's
to
probably people too
squeeze more
parasocial
money
with
out
its
of players
characters.
who were already sold on his aesthetic. If you haven't realized yet, you
The
are
whole
being asked to
murdery
pay
boy.
premium prices for a standard quality product. Sounds like a typical Dubway approved move for me. Nothing new here, folks. But because now that he's limited, you have to compare him to other limited banner characters. And he is just not built to win that fight. Skirk is literally right there, about to him, and she is about 30% better than him in freeze teams. Sandrone is rumored to be a cryo DPS, and she is coming in the very next patch after this. And
I think
she is
Sandrone's gonna be Electro,
guaranteed to be
though.
better than Lohan. Why would anyone spend hundreds of dollars worth of polls on a character who is just straight up worse? He went from being a win for the player base to being a trap, and not the good kind of traps. But that is just one part of the story. You will get even madder when you hear the number of polls you're getting for this patch, because there is literally no other way to describe it other than completely insulting. If you want to guarantee a single character and their signature weapon, a C0R1, you might have to spend up to 340 polls. That is because if you lose the 50-50 on both banners, the character guarantee is 180 polls, and the weapon guarantee will cost you another 160 polls. The weapon banner works with fate points, which doesn't carry over to the next banner. So if you don't have the full 160 polls ready as you're attempting to get the weapon, you might be throwing your resources into a black hole. So all tallied up, you will need 54,400 primo gems for just one guy and his set. A massive ask in any version, but it is especially tone deaf when the actual income for version 6.6 is only 60 polls. You've got the very anticipated
I cannot
Nicole,
believe it
and
just went
Lohan
more and
has
more
the new
down.
limiteds. Massive reruns for Mavuika and Durin,
That's
which
what
are
I'm
meta
saying.
characters, but the game is only giving you about 20% of what you need to actually get
Woo!
those characters.
I mean,
Potential
girl.
weapons. To even have have those 340 polls ready for the new updates as a free-to-play, you would have had to start your grind all the way back on December 3rd when the 6.2 update launches. That is a total of 168 days of perfect attendance. And I'm not just saying just get into the game, do dailies, and get out. I am saying you have to grind religiously to get these polls, sitting through hours of story yapfest with 0 skip buttons, clearing the hardest stages of the endgame without having the newest units the endgame is clearly pandering to, 100% the new regions, and opening all of the common chests on weird high areas.
That's crazy we ain't got no
It
skip
only
button
gave
yet.
you 2 primo gems, playing every single event, no matter how boring, no matter how repetitive, you cannot afford to miss a single poll. If you don't pay the game money, you are paying with your life. And I just don't think that is good for the players' health. People are also very angry about the rewards. Usually there's a main event for the updates, and it gives out a new 4-star weapon. Even if the weapon was niche or a bit weak, it could be a tangible tool for players who don't spend money. Well, this time, they have replaced the weapon entirely with a skin. A skin doesn't fix the fact that your characters need actual gear to function in a game that is getting harder over time because of power creep. What is more offensive is that it is not even a particularly creative one. It is just a reskin of the Melusine Claymore we already have.
That's
You know what?
pitiful.
If it's a good skin, people might
That
let
is
it
so
pass,
pitiful.
but it's clearly not. They are also always doing this weird thing where they hype up increased generosity for events that are actually just stingy. Like the free Constellation events updates. The live stream made it sound like this massive upgrade to the reward pool.
Oh
But the reality is that
yeah.
the extra payout is literally merely 20 primo gems and a single transient resin.
If you're a broke boy, just say
And
so.
I'm like,
A temporary energy refill.
and look, I was about this. 'Cause I'm like, I'm thinking when I was in the chat during the TikTok live stream, talking to them about them. I'm like, oh, is this like a thing that resets every day, or is it like how often does this happen? It's just like only the first time awards. Like we didn't really get any details except this. And this is all that it is in it. I'm like, they can go ahead and keep that shit. Because what do you mean you have a transcendent resin and not a regular resin for one? That don't make no sense.
That expires if you don't use it within a week. 20 primo gems is not even an eighth of a single pull. And you can't even make the energy refill permanent. To act like that is a major improvement feels like they are really testing our intelligence. Do they think we are actually that stupid? And you're just gonna let this slide? They're calling you stupid. They think you are dum-dums who will just take anything they give you. And you're just gonna let that slide? The most telling part about this whole disaster, though, is that the players have completely stopped defending the multi-million-dollar nuclear reactor-owning company. Usually, a big part of the community would be the first to jump down your throats if you criticize the game, even a little bit. But now they are literally inviting players from Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, to come
Phantom
over
do
and
as you
thrash it.
wish.
It is
That
because
is
the
so
comparison
funny.
is just getting impossible to ignore. When you
Now
see
they
other
caught
games
up all
giving
the
out
other.
top-tier limited collab characters for free every update, you will be given free polls just for logging in, a skip button, and then you look at Genshin charging
Yes.
340 polls for a guy.
Because in Wuthering Waves, they're handing out the cyberpunk characters to hand out one of the girls for free. Honkai Star Rail, I mean, they've always been pretty good on awards. Honkai Star Rail, I feel like it's good. A cute little free to play friendly situation. Yeah, I'm like every single other mode, like Gotcha to some aspect has a better reward systems than Genshin. Wuthering Waves, I do bash them a lot, but they are still better than Genshin per capita. Yeah, no say no tea.
Whose own fans are calling him a bricked ball. There is a line that the devs shouldn't ever cross, and they have gone past way that line, by the way, but they are only getting called out now. Now they are hoping that boycotting the game and talking badly of it are the only things that might actually force a change. It makes that 20-year plan the developers bragged about look pretty ironic. They say they want the game to last 2 decades, but they are currently destroying their reputation to the damn ground. If you're actually planning for a 20 multi-year legacy, you don't burn your player base's trust for profit. You are being asked to play like it's a full-time job for rewards that are just stagnant every year, and it feels like they're trying to see how much we will tolerate them before everything falls apart. Years and months of resentment, and this update became the straw that broke the camel's back. With this whole drama, when you look at the bigger picture, it is not really about one guy not being on the standard banner. It is a realization that to enjoy Genshin Impact on paper, you must treat it like a job, which is counterintuitive. Religiously
That's what I've
grinding
been
for
doing
half
all
a
the
year,
time I've been
getting
streaming.
paid nearly 60
That's been
goals per
me.
patch, and saving all that for a singular guaranteed character and their signature is starting
Yeah.
to amount to nothing in value, when newer characters won't even work without pairing it with an expensive team. At one point,
Yeah.
even playing the game at all stops making sense. Genshin spends years building a world that people genuinely want to escape to. They have got the lore, the music, and the cutscenes that make you want to stick around for a longer time. But with version 6.6, they have made the rents for staying in that world nearly impossible to pay. You shouldn't have to treat a video game like a 40-hour work week just to keep up with the meta, especially when the rewards are just reskinned claymores and transient resin. They have genuinely built up this fanbase brick by brick.
Mind you, Nicole doesn't have any pyro application.
But they are pricing out the loyalty of the people who actually care about it. And I just think that is unfair. But I'm curious if you agree with me or not. Let me know in the comments below. I'll try to read everything. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to keep up with my...
Yeah, child. Look, we're gonna talk a little bit more for real, for real. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much as he said. Like, I don't, I don't know. I don't know. It's like for me, I took my streaming career very much more seriously as of last year. Of course, a lot of things have happened, and I haven't been all the way up to date and in tune with it. But it's like, I don't know. This is very embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. It's nasty. It's wicked. There are those who would get, bullied for saying they play Genshin Impact out loud. Then Genshin got a little better, with Crying, etc. for like, more fancier regions. To revert back to now, we are paying more money than what we were for rewards. It also doesn't help that they also took away loot bar benefits. If you don't know what loot bar is, that is a source for in-game currency to buy for discounts. I believe Hoyoverse was not going for that. I think they were taking accounts away. They probably had a problem with that. So likewise, they I guess got loot brought together, and now those deals don't exist no more. So getting a guaranteed 5-star character for 100 something blah blah blah, no, you're gonna have to now pay $200. You have to go buy two 99 packs to get you a guaranteed character now. And it's interesting to me how they calculate the price in Genshin already for you. They tell you a guaranteed 5-star will be 230 something, blah blah. I'm like it'll say that on the banner. I'm like, the banner I'm looking to pull the character on, it's some bullshit that's in my face. And I'm like, are we for real? For real? Like, are we dead ass? No, this is a very unacceptable state of the game. And I'm gonna pick up myself because I need Nicole and Durin, more so Durin Nicole for that power application next patch. And I'm still trying to put my friend in mind. I have your weapon. I don't have my limited banners at zero pity. I mean, I'm just really going through it. Like, I don't know. I started to catch up on my story. I'm all the way back in the Chasm quest. There's a bunch of character story quests to do. It's like this is a lot to do all the time. So it's like with Genshin, it's like a never-ending, relentless thing. In terms of the pools, I mean, I haven't completed all my stories, so I have an advantage over other people to some extent, but that still won't, like, guarantee me nothing if I don't stick to the program. So, girl, child, I don't know. But that's my current opinions about the game personally. I'm not gonna sit here and say that they should shut down or anything crazy like that. But to make this game last 20 more years, I do not see it. I can't see myself playing this game in 20 more years, honestly. It's very hard to keep up with it now, especially with evidence the evidence out. Like, God says there's a lot of like competition now. It's not like what it was before with Genshin just reigning supreme, like, they Nicki Minaj or something. Like, no, you got to get up on your good for real, because the other gods just, they coming and they coming hard. And so, I hope they just realize something and just like, lock in and get it together and, refocus everything. That's the best I can hope and pray for. Everybody else needs to do the same. If not, everybody needs to consider relocating to a different god ship once we got our main story out the way with the Saritsa and the Four Sages and all that. And after that, baby, we're gonna see what happens. But thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for rejoining this here YouTube Yap Fest of me trying to resurrect this account from the ground up. We try, baby. We try, baby. We trying something new. But love you very much. My name once again is Domo Thanks. Miss Thanks if you're nasty, pretty in the face, snaps, no waste. I stream on TikTok almost every day. And I also have a Twitch. Make sure you follow both. And I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so much.